They tried, they sued, they threw the book. They thought they'd keep him down. They used the courts, tried every trick, but he's still coming round. They schemed, they fought to make him fall, but all their plans fell flat. They took their shots, he took them all, and now he's coming back. Don't you ever think we just walked away? We'll always fight through. We can't fake a smile, the stakes are high. We'll always want truth. He's coming like a wrecking ball. He's never hit so hard before. Now he's gonna build the wall, and he's gonna make you see. Yeah, you're gonna see. Now Elon's here to cut the cost. The budget's coming down, and Robert's cleaning FDA while the CDC's unwound. Don't you ever think we just walked away? We'll always fight through. We can't fake a smile, the stakes are high. We'll always want truth. He's coming like a wrecking ball. He's never hit so hard before. We're drilling for the fuel we need, and raising terrorists high. Yeah, we're gonna fly. He never meant to start a fight. He just wanted us to win. Instead of going down, we'll rise and bring back pride within. Don't you ever say we just walked away. We'll always fight for truth. He's coming like a wrecking ball. He's never hit so hard before. Now he's gonna build the wall, and he's gonna make you see. Yeah, he's coming like a wrecking ball. The land he loves coming back strong, and he's gonna build the wall and bring us liberty. Yeah, you're gonna see. Yeah, we're setting free.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Just before we get into today's review video, I do want to give a special shout out to Curiosity Creations. They are the creator of that opening video, or that opening song that you did see. So if you do get the opportunity, go ahead, look them up on YouTube, give them a view of their video, subscribe. Who knows, you might be able to find some additional songs that they've created that were pretty amazing. Absolutely love that song. And of course, man, with today's figure review, it just fits beautifully, man. When I got this figure in that we're going to be looking at today, I couldn't hold back. I had to absolutely include that song with this video. So I kind of have a feeling that it might get blocked, or maybe not get monetized, but my videos aren't monetized, so I don't think it really matters. Hopefully it's not blocked universally, and the video can still be seen by others. So recently, from Rush Collectibles Ringmasters, I have acquired 2 new figures. Now, yes, they are figure reviews that we have done in the past, but these are variants of figures that we've looked at the past. So technically, yes, they are new figures. The first one I want to look at is the Don himself. Now, this is probably the most important figure that Rush Collectibles has ever produced. My God, Salvatore, he absolutely killed it with this figure. Now, when we did the last review, obviously I had Donald Trump with black suit, and I said that the Donald Trump in blue suit, or the Bloody Donald Trump, was the one figure that I absolutely regret that I missed out on. When I went onto the website, they were already sold out. So disappointed. And when I finally got the opportunity to acquire the Bloody Donald Trump, my God, guys, this is something that I did not want to hold off on. Now, lately, you guys been noticing I have not been rushing down here to do these figure reviews anymore. I've kind of been slacking off, to be honest. But I got this in a couple days ago, and this is something I've been wanting to come down here immediately to make a video on. And packaging with this figure, that's something that I give Salvatore and Rush Collectibles a lot of credit for. They do not disappoint with the actual card backs with their figures. And Series 2 with Ringmasters, their figures are absolutely killer. And I love the fact that they're kind of doing what Mattel Retros and Epic Toys, etc. are doing. And they're kind of moving on to the slide card backs. Now, I guess with Hasbro and the WCW Gloobs, etc., we're all familiar with the sealed bubble to the card. A lot of people are familiar and they like that a lot more. But here's the thing. For collectors and for those who are like me, if you want to display your figure loose, take your figure out of the package. Display it on a shelf. Love it. If you ever want to sell it in the future, or if you don't want to have a loose figure and you want to bring it back to mint on card, you can do so very easily. And you're not destroying the package at the same time. Love the new slide backs. These are awesome, okay? And I understand why a lot of these other businesses like Zombie Sailors and Grapples and Gimmicks mindset. Why do you want to do the slide backs? You want your customers to buy 2 figures. You're screwing your customers over because why, if you're like me, you're going to want them to buy 2 figures from you. One for your mint on card, one that they're going to open up and display loose. And it's a money grab. So I respect the hell out of Sal for actually being able to do this and take care of his customers. So any of the variants for Donald Trump, Series 2, first figure of the release, number 5 overall of that release. All right. Look at that. That is freaking amazing. You know how many presidents can have not 1, but 2 freaking attempts on their life, win a freaking presidential election, and still have, in just such a short period of time in office, make such an improvement in such a short period of time? This man is already kicking ass. I love it. All right. And I'm actually seeing improvements compared to the first figure, where the head actually looks like it fits perfectly to the head. Where I think the first one, it looks like because like what was the first one? I can't pronounce his name. Vloom, the V guy. That's what I call him because I can't pronounce his name. where it actually has like kind of like removable heads, right? So this one fits a little bit more beautifully to the figure. So it looks like it's made for specifically for this body. So this one actually fits a lot more beautifully. And I think the suit, obviously, you know, it stands out a whole lot more than the black suit. Now, how well does the microphone? All right, so already microphone in hand, 10 times better than when we're looking at the grapplers and gimmicks, okay? Recently, one of the most recent grappler and gimmicks reviews I've done, we were looking at like, I almost called him Downtown Abbey, Downtown Bruno, the, what was it? We were looking at the, oh man, I keep forgetting their darn names. Lord Alfred Hayes and all of the announcer guys. I forget all the characters, but all those guys, they all had the exact same body types, and they all had the microphone in hands. But the microphone was so small. Like anytime you move the figure, the microphone, you had to have that microphone all the way up to their face, like so. Literally, the microphone had to be touching their face, otherwise it pops out of their hand. It was worthless. It was a worthless accessory. I hated that addition. It made no sense. I love the fact that this actually is a serviceable accessory. So I am liking absolutely everything that I'm getting from this package. Now, I was crazy excited to get this figure in the mail, okay? And I'm glad, going over this review, that my excitement was warranted, because getting the card, looking it over, thrilled. Opening up the package, looking at the figure, solid all around. The arms are nice and tight. This is a 10 out of 10 figure. And I could have opened this up and been like, man, I'm disappointed. This is not as, I'm not as hopeful about this, or I'm not as excited as it was. But no, this is perfection. Damn it, Cell, you have knocked this one out of the damn ballpark. This is incredible. So, yes, freaking Rush Collectibles had an awesome addition to their collection. I know a lot of people are disappointed after, Series 1 with a lot of the earlier releases. But if you guys, you want to give Cell or give Rush Collectibles another opportunity, Series 2 has already been a huge improvement with some of the re-releases, or some of the releases that you got already. Namely, we've already seen a couple of Donald Trump figures, and I gotta get the name. I forget his name. That I can't remember his name, guy. But I got a couple of his variants. Donald Trump, and this is insanely good. The blood, the way it's smeared. Man, when he was shot, I mean, did the blood really smear that much? Like, I really thought it was just like I really thought it just nicked his ear just a shade. I didn't realize that he really bled that much. I mean, they could have been really over embellishing the blood stains, because, for the sake of the figure, but if it was really to that extent, that's crazy. Who goes out and tries to murder a presidential candidate? Because you don't like his politics, you try to murder him in? I mean, we're not talking about Hitler or something, We're not talking about Mussolini or Stalin. We're talking about an American politician. And it's funny as hell. early 2000s, this man was all over network TV, one of the most beloved freaking icons on TV, and all of a sudden he's running for president, and now he's like the bad guy. Everyone hates his guts, like, just because he's running for president. And for 4 damn years, our freaking country thrived under his damn presidency. We weren't just successful, we thrived with him as president. And if you look at us from 21 through 2024, I have never been into politics. Never. I never gave a rat's ass who was president, because it really wasn't anything I was into. Right? I've never been political. But this last campaign, yeah, for the first time in my life, I actually took an interest in who was running. And, best man for the job won. So, love this figure, man. This was incredible. And I'm really hoping that, I'm hoping that Sal comes out with more of those figures, because if he's able to get with his manufacturer and get more of those figures out, I'm thinking a lot of fans will actually go out and purchase that figure. And that way you don't have to spend $125 or whatever it is people might be selling them on eBay for. So, the next figure is the French Angel Maurice Tillet. Now, the last time we reviewed this figure, we looked at him in black. So, this was obviously a Series 1 release, right? But when we first got all of the Series 1 figures, we all had just the first 3 characters. So, Maurice Tillet came out much, much later than the first 3 guys. And just like all of the other figures, I think I actually got a Green Ogre variant loose one day. I could be wrong. Did I get a green one? I thought I did, but maybe not. Is this one an easy open? I want to pause because I think I might have a green one. Alright, so I was wrong. I do not have a Green Ogre variant. This one is actually sort of taped on the side, so it is technically an easy open. You can, but I'm not going to open this one. And it's basically the same figure with the grip, with the little wrapper on, right? But I am just going to show off one of the extras I have. Now, I do have a black, obviously carded and loose, so I am just going to kind of show this one off as a comparable. We've already seen this one, but it should be identical to the red one. I'm not going to... And as you guys remember, with the harder body, and what I really liked about this, very comparable to the Jake Roberts, right? Very similar, body type and stance and whatnot. So, this was a very solid, good, playable figure. Now, I am a kid of the 90s. I had Hasbro's growing up, right? So when I think of playable, the best Hasbro, the best playable action figures, yes, I think about these guys, and I think about this skin tone and this look. Now, when I look at these, yes, you have those differentiations. I do understand that every toy line has to be unique. They have to have their own flavor. Zombie Sailors has their own uniqueness. Zombie Sailors, but I'm not really keen on Zombie Sailors, not with their extra long ET arms. Grapplers and Gimmicks, I've said was closely resembles the Hasbro's. It's getting there. It's not quite Hasbro-esque, but here's the thing, it's still close enough. Now, if you are a kid and you are playing with these figures, I've said it before. I've used Bendables, I've used the Bendable Harry and the Hendersons. I've used the Marvel Bendables, the Incredible Hulk, or Panthro Thundercats, right? So I've used the dollar store, what are they called? Sun Ghost, Remco bootleg figures that I've used with Hasbros and Gloobs as a kid. So you think if I were a kid and I had this, that I couldn't use those with my Hasbros and Gloobs? Of course I could. And because of his play pose and the sturdiness of this figure, heck yeah, this would be a fun, incredible, playable figure. He may not have the overall look of, a Hasbro that I covet, but still a nice pickup. And like I've always said, I think one of the things that Ringmasters does well, I think they have one of the best card backs that are out there. So I think they put a lot of time and effort, a lot of thought into their actual card designs, and I think that's really special. And their variants, they keep getting better. I like the red, obviously, not only because of the accessory, but because the red, it obviously pops a little bit more. So, but that Donald Trump, man, this really was the talking point of this video. The Maurice Tillet obviously was just a secondary figure among this video, but getting another variant for this collection. Like I said, I think the Green Ogre is the only one I'm missing now for the variations, and this one will be complete. Ringmasters, and in fact, and of course Donald Trump. He comes with his own card as well. I think this figure should be coming out already. In fact, if he should have come out in February, I believe. I didn't check the website. He should have been out already. And I think these last two figures, I believe, come out around summertime. So that means that these figures actually I think all of these should be ready either towards the end of the year or maybe early next year. Update. The Winnie the Pooh figures, there are two Winnie the Pooh figures, the 3-inch micro baller type figures, and there's also two additional Winnie the Pooh figures that were kind of like the bloody, horror-based, Winnie the Pooh horror-based figures. So those figures, I had to actually cancel that order, which is disappointing because I really wanted those figures bad. I thought they were actually a little bit bigger. I thought they were like the 4-inch, Hasbro size figures, but they were actually 3-inch micro brawlers, but that's fine. I was still interested in those figures. I had to cancel that order, but the NES wrestling game figures, the 2-pack, I forget what they're called, but the green guy and the pink dude, Amazon, I think it's called, and like Star, man, I gotta look it up, man. I forget what the guys are called. That video game. So many names, man. So many video games, so many wrestling games. But if you guys follow Ringmasters, you know who I'm talking about, right? Those guys are already in production, so those should be coming out this year. And I know a lot of people have talked to me about that, and those were something that they were interested in. I don't know if they had picked them up, but they had asked me if I was going to buy them. And you know me, I'm all in on Rush Collectibles, so yeah, most definitely. So when they do come in, obviously, you know me, I'm going to be down here immediately making those videos for you guys. So, that is an update on those two figures. And guys, if you are interested, I think you should give Rush Collectibles another opportunity. They are only going to get better. Look at it this way. Zombie Sailors started off okay, pretty good. Their figures have gone downhill significantly. And people are still sweating them like crazy. Grapplers and Gimmicks, they started off poorly. They got a whole lot better. They really got a hot head. And now their figures are getting bad again and really cutting their fans off. So that's kind of why I'm separating myself from that company. At least, you know, with Rush Collectibles, you got someone, you got a seller who actually cares about his customers, and you know that you're going to see vast improvements, and that's what we all care about. So that's why guys like AJ from Latuni, why guys like Salvatore from Rush Collectibles, that's why guys like that, why I respect them. So yeah, I will continue to buy from them because I feel like they deserve it. So does that mean I'm going to buy every single thing that ever comes out? Probably not. But, you know, Sal, he's also coming out with all these horror-based monsters type figures. Like, you know, Frankenstein and the Mummy and stuff. I'm like, I really kind of wanted to limit myself to the wrestling collections. But I'm a horror fan. Why am I not considering the horror collection as well? And I've seen his collections, and I've seen like the sort of like monster style wrestling ring and stuff. I'm like, I need to get my butt on that stuff. That stuff looks really good. So yeah, I'll let you know what I decide, how that turns out. But anyways, guys, we're hovering around 23, almost 24 minutes now. So I'm going to end the video here. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Talk to you guys in the comments, and see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.